What is up, all? We got four more drafts to look at today. The first one, we're getting down to the wire with little less than 10 minutes left. We are in the ninth round, towards the beginning of it. Pick number 4 of the ninth round. The let's see, if anyone took anyone I was going after in this one. No, this one is kind of where it's supposed to be for the most part. If we look at what happened at eighth, I took Jonathan Brooks, and then 3 quarterbacks went here at the 8-9 turn. And this is, I've been talking about this here recently, and I don't know, if the algorithms kind of found me or whatever, but I've also then found a lot of things where other people are talking about this quarterback window. And apparently it's been a thing for a long time. And I guess that's, maybe we'll call it that. Just, I was calling it the quarterback quarter. I like mine more, the quarterback quarter. So we got the quarterback quarter. It's somewhere around like 8 to 10 or something like that. 8 to 11. I don't think the seventh round is part of it for the most part. 8 to 10, 8 to 11 or so. With this pick here, I don't think anything particularly that I needed. So I didn't. I want to build out this, if I can, this Dolphins Cleveland Browns thing. So I didn't mind if the quarterbacks went. And I was probably, interested in Harris or Pollard here, but they went. And in the end, as I'm thinking through this, I think I'm happy they went because I don't know if I would have thought about it all the way if they were taken. I got Moss queued up here. He correlates with my Jamar Chase pick here. And I am super close to going Bowers. I'm basically, no, I'm going Bowers instead, I think. I need a tight end. And while Zach Moss is getting that sweet, sweet, sweet ADP value, 10 picks, 10.3 picks, I think that Brock Bowers is the right pick here, believe it or not. I've been playing around with this one for a long time, trying to figure out how it's going to look and what's going to make the most sense here. Bringing it down to the wire, basically. If I take a running back here like Zach Moss, when it comes back to me here at the 117, I'm gonna I'm not gonna want to take a tight end at that point in time because I don't want to take any of these middling tight ends that aren't really going to do anything for my team. And really, I'm either going to get Goddard to fall. Maybe Bowers could fall, but he's not going to. Or I don't think he's going to, at least. Or I take Schultz ahead, which doesn't correlate at all with my team. I don't have any Baltimore on this one. I don't have any Houston on this one. So it doesn't make any sense, which means that I'm either taking another wide receiver or I'm taking a running back or a quarterback. But I already know a quarterback I want to get. And that's Tua here at the 117. Okay. Well, there we go. I don't think I thought this all the way through. 100, then 117. And then we have the 141 after that. Does Tua fall all the way to the 141? I thought I had one more pick, to tell the truth. I don't. Does that change everything? It kind of does a little bit. It changes everything because I don't have the luxury of an extra pick. And what does that mean? That means that, I either decide that I want to go after Watson, or I take to, let's see, 141. I got 4 minutes to figure this out here. I take the tight end here, comes back around right here. I take Wait, hold on. Pick 100, pick 117. Oh no, pick 117, then 124. Okay, I was missing a pick. Okay, good. I feel much better about this. Whoo, okay. Um, and I can probably push Tua because this team that has Tyreek Hill, where is it? Tyreek Hill, he already picked up two quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson, Jordan Love. He only has three running backs, three wide receivers, and so he has a lot of their needs. I don't think he can really risk taking a third quarterback. That'd be pretty crazy. And if he does, then I guess I'm going after Watson instead. And oh well, it is what it is. This team has no; these two teams have no reason to take Tua. They don't have. Let's see. No Cleveland and no Miami. Is that correct? Yeah. No Cleveland, no Miami. And so, and hope it stays that way, right? And so we're going to go and we're going to hope that we can take Bowers at this pick. Then we're going to come back around, take Ford probably at this pick, who I think should still be there with how many running backs are available and how many teams have. I mean, we'll see if he's available. Hopefully he is. Let's see how many running backs are available. Let's see. I'll leave Zach Moss there, which gives it a better chance of being available. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 running backs have to go, and then the 8th running back to go for me to get in trouble. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So almost every team can take a running back, and as long as they don't scroll down, I'm okay on that. I'm kind of hoping that this team here maybe takes Zach Moss, and then that causes this team to take Chase Brown on the way back. That would be sweet because that would help secure my Jerome Ford play. So basically, we're going to go Bowers, Ford, then Tua, and then when we come back around this way, we should be in a fun point to get 2 more running backs of not as good a quality as Zach Moss, but I'm making my bet on Cleveland, Miami, and that will help. Doing it this way will help me make my bet on Cleveland, Miami. It's also going to push up a pick earlier. That's a potential upside play as opposed to Zach Moss, which could be a middling play. And on top of that, it helps give me more flexibility because if I take the running back first and then take another running back next, that could be 4 running backs, which looks nice. It is nice, but I lose some flexibility because now I'm not really drafting more running backs. So I got those running backs. I'm looking pretty good right now at running back too. I want to keep my bet going the way it is. And I think Ford is a great bet. If I can get Ford here, I think it's a great first 3. And that Ford will start off this season. Brooks hopefully takes the season the rest of the way. Coming down the last minute, we're definitely taking Bowers here. We talked ourselves into it, definitely. Little scare, but we're going with it. Bowers it is. Boom. Avoiding that's crazy. I wouldn't done that in the past. I'm skipping on the sweet ADP value. Someone else is going to get it lucky then. Okay, next draft here. I only got 1 player queued up. I probably had other ones queued up in this one, and they all got taken. Third round took Amon-Ra in the first round. He was basically, I think, 1 after ADP or something like that. Yeah, no, 2 after ADP. He usually goes before Robinson and before Justin Jefferson. And so 2 picks of ADP there. And then Taylor fell a little bit, so I ended up with Taylor in the second. One thing you'll see in this one, and this will actually come into play in a later draft, I think, and this kind of justifies it. Achane, I think one thing I've been looking at recently is variability of draft picks. Like how likely are they to be drafted much earlier or much later? And then how do you take that into account when you're drafting? And I'm going to do that And essentially kind of hoping that Achane falls into third some of the times because he's getting drafted so early some of the times as well. So we'll talk about that. And I think another one that we have coming up here. But on this one here, we got, again, ADP value with Amon-Ra, 2 picks, but it's 2 picks in the first round. That's nice. But you can debate who's better between Justin Jefferson and Amon-Ra. Flip a coin type of thing, right? And then Taylor, I got him a couple picks past ADP. He usually goes, where does he usually go? Let's take a look really quick. Usually goes here, ADP 16. And so that'd be 13, 14, 15, 16. So I had 2 picks past ADP as well. And I'll play this like I have a stud running back here, and we'll go with the hero RB approach most likely, considering all the other running backs went basically. Hall, Gibbs, Barkley, Achane, and then we got Henry and Williams are going off here. The next running back available is Etienne and Pacheco. And if they fell to me at 44 at a 4.6, I would take them. I would take them at 4.6. They haven't. Well, I don't know. I don't think they have it all. I thought Pacheco was going to one time, but he didn't. But if they do fall to 4.6, I'll definitely do it. This is one where maybe there's a chance just because Kelsey went all the way over here. And that means that maybe no one over here is incentivized to take Pacheco because they can't put Pacheco and Kelsey on the same team if they want to do that. And so this would be an interesting build if I had Brown, Taylor, and we're going to take Cooper Kupp here. We're just going to keep on grabbing the ADP value on this one. I don't think I've drafted Cooper Kupp in any, or maybe just one if possible, if at all, of the tournament style drafts. And I didn't really draft him much at all in the sit and goes either. And so if I can get him this many picks past ADP on a player that for whatever reason is moving up the board, I'll do it. And we'll see if we can build a team with it. Would have been sweet if we knew that. I don't know. If we knew that and then we had Williams and Kupp instead. But 2 players of the same team that early isn't a necessity. Also, St. Brown is a week 5 buy, not a week 6 buy. Okay, good. So I don't have any bye week combinations already. We're going to go Cooper Kupp here and be happy about it. I don't think there's any correlation between Seattle. Obviously, there's a correlation with Sam Laporta, but there's an outside chance Sam Laporta makes it all the way back around to 42. If he did, of course, I'm clicking him too. Basically, him or any of the running backs that make it back, I'm definitely clicking them. Okay, we're going Cooper Kupp here. Feel good to add Cooper Kupp to one of my teams. Maybe we can make it a Matthew Stafford team also. That would be fun just because, again, not really drafting Matthew Stafford because I've been drafted in the front of the board a lot and haven't run into Cooper Kupp. And if you're in the front of the board, you're definitely not running into Puka. Next one, pick around 10. This one we got sniped on a little bit. We got a player queued up that I don't want to have queued up. Not cool, not cool. Okay. We took Jaylen Warren in the 9th round at 9.6. So we're smack dab in the middle of the board here. I was hoping I only got 2 running backs, so I could definitely use another running back. Brian Robinson was going to be my pick here. Would have liked that pick. Spears would have been a nice pick. Basically, Spears would have been a nice pick, but Spears or Robinson would have been nice picks. Don't really care much about Chubb, Singletary, Eckler, but they're all kind of like part of a tier a little bit too. Benson, I would have been taking Benson here, but he went before them. I was pretty sure I was going to get Brian Robinson. I think this team made a tactical error, if you ask me. They got Jonathan Taylor here. Then they got Jonathan Taylor in the 2nd. Oh, see, they got Pacheco in the 4th. That's what I'm looking for. Give me Pacheco in the fourth. And if I get Pacheco in the fourth, you're not going to catch me drafting Zamir White in the seventh. I'll tell you that much. So I think their tactical error is drafting both of these guys. I think ideally you don't take Zamir White, but let's see what they could do instead. They did one, two, three, they only had three running backs, four, but they got five. Sorry, three wide receivers. They got five though through nine. So I mean, they're good there. So if you said, I don't know if I like the quality of all of them, but whatever, they got their five. Um, if they don't take Zamir White, they can pull up one of these other interesting and uh, definitely in a different tier than Williams here. And then they don't have to take Dobbs either. Let's see. Well, see, that's what they should have done. They got Jefferson here. I definitely wouldn't have missed out on a chance to get Addison with Jefferson. That sounds fun. And then the only problem is you don't know who their QB is going to be. It's supposed to be JJ McCarthy, but it's looking more and more like he's going to sit for a while, maybe the whole season type of thing. I think they're saying. So maybe you build a team where you try to get, but they're both going. JJ McCarthy's dropped in these drafts too because of that news. So maybe it's a team where you try to go three quarterbacks at least. Three, or maybe you do the odd four quarterback build, which I've done in some of the sit and goes. I haven't really done in these, but you do a three quarterback build, and maybe you get two high end ones, and then you get JJ, or two high ones and Sam Darnold, or you get one and then take Sam Darnold and JJ McCarthy, and hope that one of them hits, right? Like if Sam Darnold's in there, it's because he hit and he's winning games. And if he gets benched, JJ's an intriguing play. He's supposed to have the skills, just to have the opportunity to sling it in college. So there's a little bit of an unknown there. So I think he made it. I think there's definitely a tactical there with the Zamir White pick. And then he doubled down on it by going with Brian Robinson Jr. I don't think I go and take him. That being said, I'm not sure what I take at this point in time for him. And I'm not even gonna look at it at this point in time. You don't right a wrong with another wrong. And he kind of did that here. I'm pretty sure I did the math and I assumed that I'd get one of these guys, and I was wrong. So now we're in an odd spot. We were sniped earlier too. Or we were sniped. Were we sniped? Yeah. Burrow was taken unstacked all the way over here by a team that has Barkley, Kamara, Mostert, and Chubb. I mean, the Chubb pick is fine, if, for the tournaments. I mean, they're all fine, but I don't know if I like them all combined. And then he took Burrow as his number two unstacked QB, just messing up my team. Good news was I ended up with Connor because of that, who pairs with Murray, right? So that was the good news there. We're going to be going for I think a three-headed monster here, basically. We're going to try to get Carr and Jones and do a New York Giants thing. We have to be smart about how we're drafting our wide receivers, though. But I feel like since we've lost out on the running backs there, and I don't think there's any other interesting ones. There's Ford again, but on this team, Ford's Cleveland is playing Miami in Week 17, and I don't have any of Miami on this team, so I don't think it's the right team to I don't need to take them on this team. Also have Connor and Warren, so I don't need to take them for that reason either. And I can try to take some of these other players that fall later on this team. Let's just for kicks see what Cleveland has going on as far as who the other teams are that they play in the other weeks. Cincinnati and KC. So that he would correlate with what I got going on in Cincinnati for week 16 if I cared about that, which I do a little bit, I guess, but not a whole ton. Since he plays Denver, and so I'd love to get which I've had a hard time doing in these. Well, I haven't gotten there yet, but I think I'm gonna have a hard time doing that as far as balancing Giants receivers, New Orleans receivers, and Miami receivers, or maybe Miami backfield. Right, that might be the way I go as far as this goes. Get like a McLaughlin on the team or something like that. That actually is probably a better idea. So on this one, we're going to try to build out a nasty New Orleans thing. We can grab Carr later on, hopefully, to pair with Shaheed. And then we can also grab their number 2 running back later on. And then either Hill or Taysom Hill or Johnson for either one of their tight ends way late in the draft. Um, I don't know how I don't know how I feel like getting Taysom Hill. I feel like he's earlier than he should be, but he has done some crazy spike week things. Wish I drafted him last year in some of my drafts, but I was too scared to, I guess. So maybe he falls to me in the right place. You take him, and maybe you take both Hill and Johnson. So that'd be an interesting build, right? You take Trey McBride here, and then you get this be a 3 quarterback, 3 tight end build if it makes sense. And the tight end, the other 2 are the 2 New Orleans tight ends. That would kind of make sense. One starts the season, one comes on late, and the one that comes on late hopefully has touchdown upside, while Hill always has that crazy, 2 carries for 3 yards and 2 touchdowns or something weird like that, or something stupid like that he can get. But we're gonna go Shaheed here. We don't really drafted him much. We're getting him basically just before. We're not getting ADP value, but we're not really losing much. And he's one of the top that's receivers. There are a number of players on the board still that I could take instead of him, but none of them really correlate. I don't have any Dallas or Philly on the team. I don't have any Chicago or Seattle on the team. Caleb Williams, if he fell far enough, I'd consider him. I don't think this is the place to consider him on this build with what else I can do. But if no one took him and he fell, I don't know, 25, 30, I might take him unstacked and stack. Well, then I'd try to stack him with a tight end at that point in time. 2 is still available in this one. So these are kind of crazy how some of these quarterbacks are getting pushed down. And then we got Trevor Lawrence, who's almost at ADP. I haven't had a chance to get Lawrence, as I've said, but I want to get him. This isn't the team though for it. We're going to figure out a team to get Lawrence, and hopefully multiple teams to get Lawrence. We're going Shaheed here, and we're building out a New Orleans thing. Who does New Orleans play in week 17? So we're running out of bring back options. New Orleans plays Las Vegas in week 17, so we're probably not doing a bring back for week 17 with them. That's okay though. I mean, we might if Alexander Madison, anybody? Law, the other running back, maybe the last pick type of thing, if he's available, I think he would be. Or that's one of their quarterbacks, but I'm not Meyer. If I want their backup tight end, that actually wouldn't be a bad one potentially, depending on what I do with my tight ends here. Take 2 tight ends super late, make it a 3 tight end build. That being said, this is a team where I have. Okay, I've had a couple teams where I have Warren and then I have Pickens. This is not one of them. Okay. Talking your ear off on this one. We're going Shaheed. Don't really draft him. Makes sense here, I guess. And then I think we're probably taking a running back on the way back around. Because I don't think there's like a quarterback though, or like maybe Caleb Williams, right? If he stays there, we might have to consider him at that point in time. But yeah, we'll figure out what to do next later on. But it's gonna be probably a running back. I don't think there's gonna be any tight ends in the range there. But we'll see. We'll see. Last draft. Okay. I had some players queued up in this one. They all went. I had Drake London queued up and Nico Collins queued up. They both went, and so I get whatever's left over. If you go based on ADP, Devonta Adams is the top. If you go based on what I have is like a rank, Olave is the top, and then I got Waddle here. I have another draft where I took Chase and Olave. You just saw Olave on the other. Was that a Chase Olave? Or yeah, it was Chase Olave, wasn't it? This is Chase Olave neighbors, and I think that is definitely in play again. If I went Olave, I don't think I want to go. I mean, it actually worked out in this case, but I want to get that Chase, Higgins, Burrow stack. Maybe it can be this time. What I'm going to do that with this one, with this one, the fourth one here, is I think I'm going to go Waddle. You've seen a lot of Waddle on these teams too. I like Olave and Waddle a lot. I think they're both really good picks. This one's got Olave. This one's got neither. This one's got Chase and okay. Oh wow. Okay, this one is Chase and Waddle, and then we went Cooper, which is interesting because right, that's that whole Miami Cleveland thing. And I like trying to go for that, and I've been trying to get Njoku here. He just keeps on getting taken before I have a chance, and I don't know why. There's no reason based on the way that the other people playing these teams are just grabbing them just to grab them. Whatever. I can't help it. So in the wrong place. If you look at the wide receivers based on ADP here, if you go Waddle here, I don't have a problem building this out a second time. See if it probably won't happen again. And then you have Amari Cooper here at 45, and then T. Higgins at 48. Is that possible? Like, is that probable type of thing? 20, and then you have 44 and 53. So to have Higgins fall to you is a little tough. I got lucky that time and it didn't work. That's okay. We're going to try this again with Waddle. And if when we do the Waddle thing, if it's done ADP wide receivers, we'll play it by ear. But if Amari Cooper falls to us, I think we'd probably take him again he's 45 and a half, and we'll be picking at pick 44. So there's a good chance he falls, average chance he falls to us. If he doesn't, then I think we'll just take Higgins early, and then we got Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, T. Higgins, and then we figure out the rest from there. But we're going to try this Waddle thing again. I didn't like the. So here's the thing I do like about Olave is he opens up a later wide receiver. I mean, not wide receiver, sorry. He opens up a later quarterback, which is going to come in handy in the other one since I got sniped on, or not really sniped, cannonballed with how early he took him. But I think we're going to go, I think we're just going to do what I said we're going to do. We're going to take Waddle here. And we're going to see if we can do a Chase Waddle, Amari Cooper thing again. What pick did I have Chase on this one? Did I get him early? Or did I get him? I had the fourth pick, so that made it slightly easier to get. No, that's not this one. Oh, hold on. Okay, that's not this one. Is this one? No. This one. I do not have it. I don't know what's going on. Chase Waddle. Oh, I didn't have. Okay, I didn't have Higgins in this one. I thought I did. I don't know what I was thinking. But there's a chance that it happens, right? Chase, Waddle, Cooper, Higgins, and I think that's really fun if you can have two monster stacks for a game and you don't even have to mess with, like, you're just getting them at ADP, basically. You're not, or where you feel comfortable with them. So you're not losing anything because of it. So we're going to try it again and see what happens here. I think if Nico Collins, like I said, if Nico Collins or London fell, I probably would have taken them instead right here. But we will take Waddle and see what happens. Jalen Waddle, welcome to my team again. Okay, there's the 4 drafts. This was a long one. Hopefully you appreciated it. Hopefully it made sense. Sorry about the 2 kind of going one way, then going another way, but we got where we needed to go. I feel good about it. Hope you feel good about it. See you on the next one. Peace.